I'm hidden stream.
Catch these
I
niggas.
don't know what made you assume that Trent sounded like that he was eating ass. What is that? Huh?
Hey, what does that sound like, Matt?
Huh?
What that sound like?
It sounds like what you sound like right now, man.
So, what's your experience with this? What's the first time you ever heard? You ever experienced what it sound like?
You asking too many questions, nigga.
This nigga. I'm devastated.
All right. Anyway, y'all niggas weird. Anyway, what's good, y'all? We are here for episode 3 of Caesar's Lounge with the Henny Cool Brothers. Me, myself, I'm Prototype Vergo, and the other half of my Henny Cool Brothers, JD. Talk to him.
What's good? It's the Don, it's the Godfather, future Hall of Famer. Back again. What's up? How y'all doing?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And now we're joined by, once again, our homie, T-Money. Oh, my God. What's good? And then we got this motherfucker who's always late, Mr. Matt B.
Hey, what's happening? What's happening?
Yeah. We here for another edition of the show today. It's gonna be a good one. We got a whole bunch of topics. Y'all know it's gonna be a great one because Wano Act 2 has actually finally ended. And a side note, I know that I promised everybody that after Act 2 I will host the Ghetto Reverie. There will be some things that gotta go down first before we have part 2. But I promise we'll have Ghetto Reverie part 2 go down again. And yes, Matt will be off the shits again.
No, I won't.
Yes, he will.
Yes,
Anyway,
lies.
I'm not. But
don't get these people's hopes up, man.
You know you will. You gonna fight with Toddy again too, or flirt with Toddy, whatever you call it.
Pause.
Wow. You gay as hell.
But first, we're gonna start off with our first What the Fuck segment. Our What the Fuck segment we had last week. Trent remembers it. We talked about Batman and the anime, basically going high diff for Luffy and Zoro. Very annoying, right? Now we have our What the Fuck segment, piggybacking on top of that. Once again, apparently Batman can take a hockey punch straight up from Luffy and hit this nigga out the air. Any thoughts, boys?
Bro, y'all niggas are tripping. That's my thoughts.
How?
Because, bro, it's not that serious.
How?
It's not. How is it not serious? I need an answer.
It's very serious.
Bro, it's not serious because y'all act like this nigga like took like a gear second punch and like punched the gear second Luffy. Bro, he knocked Luffy out of the air. Like big fucking whoop.
A gifter should not be able to do this in any way, shape, or form.
What?
A gifter should not have the capability of doing that.
Bro, it happened in the anime, bro. It's canon filler. It's like, bro,
it's stupid.
This is dumb. Like, it's there's nothing that we're talking about here.
As long as it has canon by it, bro, it's canon. It's in the anime, my nigga. And you gotta understand, this ain't just a punch. This nigga took his time. He charged the hockey. The anime took the time to show the aura around his fist. And he swung at this nigga and he blocked it like Jinbe blocking Big Mom with shark skin. Nigga, what is that?
Bro, once again, I think y'all are making something out of nothing. Like, I really do. Y'all, and look, I'm just going to say my piece and I'm just going to bail out of this conversation because I've been seeing people go crazy about this on Twitter and it's just not that serious. Like, it's really not. It's the same. You know how I feel about this punch? It's the same way that I feel about people talking about, oh yeah, Jinbe knocked Big Mom off the ship. What the fuck does that matter?
I mean, did he not though?
He knocked her off the ship, bro, but are we really putting stake in a nigga knocking somebody off of a ship?
Hey, that's a Yonko he knocked off. That's a big body.
Yeah, not everybody can do that.
Yes, bro, it was a Yonko that he knocked off the ship, but are we accounting for the fact that she was severely nerfed?
No, I'm just saying that he got some, my man's got a little bit of weight to him.
A
Yonko.
Not everybody can do that, Matt.
No, a Yonko is not a Yonko at the end of the day. Stop it.
What you mean?
If Big Mom has hunger pains during this war and she's taken down, her being taken down is going to be attributed to the fact that she had the hunger pains going wild and she lost a whole bunch of weight and she's not her normal self.
I don't know. She had hunger pains going on when she did the polymerization with Zeus and Prometheus. So
she's still a force to be reckoned with, Matt. Regardless.
I mean, what level is Big Mom with hunger pains? Because I still like to think she can still be.
Oh,
She can still
I'm just-
box for the Admiral with hunger pains.
And I'm not saying Jinbe's a god level strength, but I'm just saying Chopper's not knocking Big Mom off the boat.
Facts.
Bro, if y'all look.
Yes.
So we just gonna go quiet or?
Oh, nah, my fault. I had did something. Nah, I had clicked on the stream link and it kicks me out of the Hangout call.
Oh, okay, that's fair. Yeah, I know what you mean.
Whenever I click on it. So yeah. But bro, this like I said, man, I feel like y'all are making something out of nothing. This is nothing. It's not a big deal.
I think it's a fact of, and Driss put this perfectly the other time he was in stream. He said basically it makes a mockery of the manga in a way when you're taking away from the true canon elements by adding foolish things like this. You're ruining the power scaling of the verse in the anime sense.
Bro, you're not ruining the power scaling of the verse, bro. The nigga, he was not hurt from the punch. Luffy gets right up after the fucking punch. Like, bro, I'm not trying to hear that shit, bro. That shit, bro. Do you know how stupid that shit sounds? Oh, the power scaling is fucked up because of a punch. Bro, get the fuck out of here.
These are niggas that should be getting mollywopped, man.
On that part, as far as like the show like fluidity goes, like you kind of have to have it be. It was just a little playful back and forth. Of course, people in the community are kind of blowing it up. But still, at the end of the day, these niggas did also go to the lengths of showing like hockey being used and whatnot. So if it was kind of showing them even half taking it seriously, the two of them definitely should have been able to get that nigga the fuck up out of there. But I digress.
Yeah.
So you mean to tell me that Batman is not first commander level?
It's gotta be. Katakuri, watch out. What Matt say? You better watch out, niggas.
No, so like I just want to say, like, if we're in the manga, our whole opinions of Ashura Doji changed once he slashed Jack, but it's just one slash. But if Batman can block an armament, so when Ashura Doji slashed Jack the one time, right?
Yeah.
We automatically put him at a certain level. So you mean to tell me if Batman can block a full blown armament hockey punch from Luffy, we can't run with it? At least I'm not gonna say this nigga's like Yonko level, but at least I'm like, yo, this nigga's pretty formidable. I don't think Hold'em can hold that.
Yeah, because most people assume that a hockey punch, a base Luffy hockey punch, is knocking out a lot of niggas.
I mean, yeah, but I guess maybe I'm like overestimating the effect that hockey does on base form Luffy. Then I don't know.
Maybe
No, I think maybe at most we're underestimating Batman. But at the same time, because I don't know if we kind of take into effect the half fake zone or whatever the fuck. But
the incomplete zone.
Hey, hold on. Let me just say something real quick. Vergo, fix your audio on your stream, bro.
I
You
am.
got the stream playing and all that shit, bro. It's echoing like a motherfucker.
Yeah, it always does that for the beginning of it. OBS is a little weird, so I'm fixing that as we speak.
I bet. But I mean, I know we're joke. I know it's mainly a joke. To be honest with you, it's just the fact that the anime is even doing it is kind of it just bothers me because it's like you don't need to do all that. Like there's other ways you can fill up time than making Batman seem as if he can hold his own against Luffy when we know he can't. Even Zoro, it's unnecessary.
Bro, so a punch makes you feel like Batman, or gives you the impression that Batman can handle his own against Luffy?
Not handle his own, but survive longer than he should, and that's the problem.
Oh, come on, bro, stop it.
You can't sympathize with that a little bit.
So we got base form Luffy out here fighting fodder Marines in Marineford. And then all of a sudden, Armin Hockey Luffy can't knock out Batman, bro? Like you think Batman's doing damage in Marineford, bro?
Bro, that was in Marineford for one. And then for two, bruh, like, dude, it's a gifter. It's just in canon filler. Like, I really don't see the problem, bro. Like, did you want Luffy to like knock this nigga out or like conquer hockey this nigga?
You're
like,
damn Skippy.
No, block like a couple of punches, and then when he throws a swing, like a solid swing, he's out for the count. I'm cool with it.
He's like, yeah, I'm done playing with this nigga. Let me knock this nigga out.
Like you can fill her up. Like he's shooting a bunch of arrows. Yeah, he's dodging whatever. But when Luffy swings, he should be out. That's really what I believe. If you try to put him at the level that he's supposed to be to take on Kaido, he should be knocking this nigga out, no problem. Base form.
Straight up.
That should be that. That's just the precedent that we're setting here.
That should be the barometer he's already reached.
Because I'm just like, yo, how you gonna fight Katakuri? Like, this nigga fought Katakuri in base form for a couple of hours, yo. Like, that's not, you know, you fight Katakuri and all of a sudden you struggling with Batman for like a second. That's not cool, bro.
It's gross.
For a second, bro. Look, this is the thing. I think everybody knows that Luffy could one-shot this nigga. Everybody knows that.
Okay.
Like, I don't think that is even up for a debate, even with Luffy getting punched. So that's what I'm saying. What are we talking about here?
I'm just saying it's stupid until we stop.
It's toxic. It's a toxic. I think it's a toxic episode. I thought that was toxic. Plus, you know, we just like to complain, bro. We niggas. We find something to complain about. Like, let's be real here. Come on, man.
Whack, bro.
That's all good. But, you know, that was the What the Fuck segment. Apparently, the What the Fuck segment made Matt go, what the fuck? But all right. Moving on. Let's talk. Act 2 is finally finished. Let's talk about some of these highlights of it. And I want everybody to give their rating of how they felt about Act 2. All right. I'm going to give Act 2 an 8 personally because it had a lot of highlights in it that I really enjoyed. I would have given it a 9, but you know how I feel about Big Mom Amnesia bullshit. So who wants to start off? Want me to start it off?
That's right.
All right, let's go on. Obviously, you know I love Raid Suit Sanji. I thought it was cool seeing him. He looked fly, being a sober mask, you know what I'm saying? You got, what's up?
Nah, something just that, you know, a condescending side, you know. I'm not going to say who, but...
Yeah, what is this Sanji hate, Trent?
I mean, was it really that cool?
Yeah.
Yeah?
It was fire.
Well, what was your issue?
I mean, we really didn't see much.
That leaves you wanting more.
No, not really. No.
You got 3 swords up your ass. Anyway.
Do we want to see a little bit more Zoro? For sure. Now, don't get me wrong. Like,
this nigga right here, bro. That's all you finna allude to.
A little more Zoro. It's been all Zoro Act 2. What are you talking about?
Like, bro, so are we just about to, like... Do we realize that this nigga is jumping into a suit? Like... And that's not supposed to be one of our top 3 niggas. And he got to get into a...
Are you serious right now, Trent?
This nigga got to strap on the tights to get rolling?
You're serious right now. He's being serious right now. He's being dead ass.
But I'm just saying, no, don't get me wrong. Obviously, he's not even 3rd. He's 4th. Jinbei's in the crew now.
First of all, Jinbei's over Zoro. I just want to let you know that.
That's a bad.
Not to go all the way there.
Jinbei is not over Zoro.
Yes, he is.
We can have this dialogue today, bro. We can have this dialogue
today. Do y'all really want to do this?
Zoro, bro.
Y'all want to do this?
I really would make a good. Yeah, I think we've already argued this, but yeah, I don't know if he is. Over.
Jinbei is not over Zoro. Like, where are we get, bro?
Bro, that's clear.
He might not be anymore with his little power up,
bro. I'm telling you.
I'm just saying that.
Okay. Look. I'll support this. I'll help your argument. Jinbei is better than Zoro right now because of lack of information. And that is the only thing that I'm giving that to. Yeah, there's no way if Zoro and Jinbei have a fight that Jinbei is winning. Under no circumstances. I don't care.
How? Fisherman karate.
So we have Jinbei who was wait, hold on. Jinbei who was leaps and bounds.
Fought Hody underwater, bro. Like I think
Hody Jones is fodder.
Okay, first of all, I'm gonna need y'all to never
been banging with that nigga's.
Hold on, let me lower my volume.
That would have been animated.
I'm gonna need y'all to never disrespect Jinbei by putting him in the same fucking sentence as Hody Jones.
Thank you, bro.
No. If Jinbei could have low diffed Hody, we would never even would have seen the story of Punk.
We are talking about pre-crackhead Hody Jones.
Jinbei would have already handled this nigga.
Jinbei would have put this nigga in a body bag with crack, without crack. It doesn't matter. He's got him.
So how come he didn't handle it? How come the Straw Hats had to pull up for this nigga to get checked?
How come Jinbei didn't handle all along? The same reason.
Because Jinbei said that it would look better if the Straw Hats handle Hody Jones
to build human trust.
Yeah, because it would build trust. So that's why Trent.
Yes, and
so wait. And I don't know how long this nigga Hody was, basically terrorizing shit. But there had to be a period before the like he didn't just start up when the niggas when the Straw Hats pulled up, nigga. He should have took care of them long before
But
that.
that's when he
But-
really decided to make his move.
Not to mention, Jinbe was traveling around. Remember, he was part of the Big Mom
Big Mom
Pirates,
Pirates,
so
yep.
he wasn't always a fisherman.
That's true.
Let's also be real here. Zoro versus Jinbe underwater is lower than a low diff, nigga. That's
Well,
a baby.
no,
that is a baby shake.
Don't get me wrong. He's losing to Jinbe underwater, but the fact
Okay.
that this nigga was banging with the Fishman captain, the basically main villain of that little
Bro, that nigga was basically Arlong level.
Literally,
that nigga was underwater, bro. He was in his natural habitat. So I'm just saying if they square up on land, Zoro might be taking this nigga to the rack.
Bro, I'm
I don't
telling
know.
you.
They square up on land. This nigga is pressing him.
Because the gap between Jinbe and Zoro was so great pre-time
Oh
skip.
my, so okay.
Sanji would have washed him underwater.
Sanji would have washed two underwater.
Oh,
Hody?
Hody
Jones, stop it. No, he wouldn't.
Yes. Bro,
Why wouldn't he?
Skywalk?
Why wouldn't he? He can blue walk.
Skywalk can be Abidjan, but
He can blue
did
walk.
not- He fought the Kraken, bro. Sanji can fight underwater better than Zoro can.
He really can.
He really can.
No.
Oh, you want to say you don't know now? You know the facts are there, my nigga. Skywalk literally makes him be able to fight fishermen underwater.
He has his own
Blue walk,
technique
blue walk.
underwater called blue walk.
Yeah, this nigga still not beating Hody.
Wait,
Bro,
Sanji's not
bro,
beating Hody underwater.
Trent, come on.
Yo,
Trent,
okay.
now, I can
I need
just
a
tell
break,
by
bro.
the tone of your voice that you're just being spiteful.
He's trolling, bro.
I'm not. I am not.
What makes you think that Sanji cannot be Hody Jones?
This nigga had to strap on the spandex to become relevant.
This nigga is
Like
a
I said,
troll.
now
You're
listen,
trolling. You're
like
trolling
I
on our
said-
show.
Like I said, pre-string, Zoro up until now in Act 2 has already basically has more, not necessarily more feats, but it's got more potential than what Sanji showed throughout his whole arc. This nigga got through a whole entire arc, basically centrified around the fact that this nigga was invincible, around his lineage, his bloodline, and this nigga comes out with a fucking with some tights.
How the fuck does Quietly Loud all of a sudden show up when this conversation happens? This nigga said Kobe can blue walk. It's not that special. Shut up.
Yo, Kobe low different Hody too. What you mean?
Kobe can bang with Hody, but Sanji can't.
What?
Dude,
well,
what?
yo,
So you get it?
just-
Wait, hold on. Let me get this
And
straight.
by venturing to say that Sanji might not be fucking with Kobe, I
Let
fucking
me-
am.
Now I'm upset, and let me tell you why I'm upset. Because you're going to give credibility to someone who's been getting baby shakes since we've seen him since the story
Baby Shake by
began.
the MC.
Excuse me?
Baby Shake by our MC.
With a gummo none name attack. And I don't want to, okay?
Now
And
don't forget when this nigga started showing back up, he was surprising niggas, and this was
bro.
pre-time.
Who did he surprise? Who did he surprise? The torpedo?
Then we also I'm just talking about like when I'm talking about pre-time skip when they ran up on this nigga. Was it post-water 7 or pre-water? I think it was pre-water 7, correct?
And got baby shaked. All the same. Who did he surprise?
Bro, this nigga's out here.
What has he done, my guy?
What has Sanji done?
Stop
Besides get his shit broken. He's got his shit broken by Vergo. He got this shit broken by
Sanji would have won. Sanji would have won that fight against Vergo.
He would have won.
Yes,
He would have. Let him know.
There
it is. Yeah, you alone now, nigga. You alone, nigga.
Listen.
Yo,
Niggas are giving them hypothetical
bro.
love.
I got some. Let's talk. Let's have a dialogue.
But
Yeah.
bro, I'm just confused. Look. I'm really confused and I'm really puzzled with y'all niggas saying that Zoro is not stronger than Jinbe. Like,
What are you confused about?
bro, I'm confused by it because, like, bro, where do y'all niggas rate Jinbe? Second commander level, third commander?
Very close to first.
Second.
Very close to first?
Yes.
Solid second. I'll keep him at second. I wouldn't go to first. Second.
Bro,
And the
come
re-
on, man.
Because,
Third,
bro,
consistently
bro,
third,
listen,
might
bro.
fuck with a second.
so
hold on, Matt. Hold on, Matt. Wait, hold on, Matt. Because when you talk about Jinbe, this nigga has feats on feats more than a lot of people in this damn story.
And it also you also got to consider his takes in setting too. So like you can say that he's consistently third, and in some settings he could be a second, like as strong as a second.
Bro, listen. I'm not giving a nigga kudos for blocking shit, okay? Like, I'm not. I'm sorry. I feel like niggas put too much stake into being able to block an attack. Okay? Yeah, you can block an attack, but are you able to hurt the person that you're blocking an attack from?
Probably not.
Exactly.
Well,
so
here's
what
the thing,
fuck
though.
does it matter if he's able to block an attack?
Don't forget about Fisherman Karate, though. Like, he actually can affect Devil Fruit users directly without it. And it's not even like hockey dependent.
And
So
he has
like, he has an advantage. He
And
has
he
an
has hockey.
advantage. He can hit Kizaru. He can hit Aokiji. He can hit these niggas. You know what I mean? Like
he proved that during Marineford, but like, is he bro? Okay, if you have Jinbe fight against fucking Kizaru or Akainu, you think he's doing better than Zoro?
Yes.
No, bro. Okay, that's fine. That's fine, bro. We're just gonna agree to disagree, bro.
I'm not sure. I'm not good with that one.
Zoro is taking an admiral to a harder fight than Jinbe is.
I disagree. I will disagree with that one. I think we're underrating. Jinbe just because you understand he fought Ace to a standstill, right? And if we're considering,
and that was when Ace was a rookie.
Yeah, but you understand they both are gonna progress. They were both on the same ship.
Bro, Jinbe was way older than Ace.
I don't think age really matters. Okay,
age definitely matters.
Katakuri's like 48, bro.
Age matters.
Because they consider the admirals. They consider the admirals in their prime, and they're like in their 60s.
They're like in their 50s and 60s, bro. It's just like, yo, once you pass that like 60, 70 mark, that's when you start getting old, from what I'm seeing. So like, if you have Jinbe fighting Ace to a standstill, and then based on progression,
listen, why I brought up age was because Jinbe was on the seas doing his thing way longer than what Ace was. Ace comes onto the seas, and he fought Jinbe his rookie year. He fought him when he was 17 years old, and he fought him to a stalemate. No, bro, I'm like, why do y'all want to give Jim like listen,
Matt? That same Ace was offered a warlord position.
Yes, Ace was offered a warlord position. Okay, what are we talking about?
I'm saying that he was obviously recognized as someone very, very powerful at that young age.
They was talking about we need Jinbe at Marineford to tangle with a Yonko crew. And then we did not see Jinbe just wash Moria in one hit. Like, he washed Moria in one hit.
Come on, that was circumstantial because of his devil fruit, bro.
But that's my point. Bro. But that's my point. It's
bro,
like,
no. Listen. He literally said, I am your weakness. I have salt water. That's like, bro, what do you mean?
But that's his weakness for every devil fruit in general.
No. It was literally his Jinbe is the counter to Moria. He has
because the salt, he gets rid of the shadows. Like, yes. I get you.
He gets rid of the shadow, but what does that have to do with his damage output?
If what you're saying is the case, right? Oh, Jinbe can just summon water and then he can weaken everybody. Why the fuck didn't he do that to any of the admirals? Why did he do that to Akainu whenever Akainu was chasing Luffy?
No. It's not that simple. I'm talking about Fisherman Karate, though. Fisherman Karate literally does involve salt water. It involves salt water. We've had it explained already. So he actually can have an effect. It's like Blackbeard and his darkness fruit.
The thing about Fisherman Karate is it affects people internally, kind of like the Rio that they're currently speaking about. It was already doing that, and then you have Jinbe who also has hockey on top of that, so he can intertwine those two things when he's fighting opponents. I don't know. I just think that Jinbe is really slept on. I just think he's really disrespected. People think that like, oh, he's weaker than Frankie and all this wild shit. Like, I think it's just a little bit asinine.
Bro, if you're listening to a nigga that says Jinbe is weaker than Frankie, then you're tripping. Like, that's on you.
Well, that's me talking to Dan, and he's talking about what about in the Shogun? And I'm like, all right, whatever, nigga.
Nigga, bro, that's on you for listening to niggas like that. And don't listen to Dan.
You right.
What the fuck?
Dan? Yo, we just gonna attack Dan now? That's it.
Fucking Dan, man.
I mean, bro, you bro, listen. I think Jinbe gets respect, but I'm not putting Jinbe over third commander level.
Now, Matt, are you putting Jinbe over Sanji?
No, not after Sanji. Hold on.
Let him explain.
My bad. Go ahead.
Right, if we go right now in the story because we haven't seen Sanji fight, yeah, Jinbe, like I would say probably Jinbe looks better. But after Wano, no. I'm not putting Jinbe over Sanji or Zoro. Their ceilings are higher. Jinbe's already at his peak. No.
You really? I mean, come on, bro. We're talking potential.
No, bro. I'm literally no, bro. I'm not putting Jinbe over Sanji. After Sanji, look, if Sanji doesn't do anything in Wano, then y'all can crucify me all you want to.
I don't think he's gonna do shit in Wano. What is he gonna do?
What do you mean, bro? He got a raid suit. His bounty went up.
He got a raid suit.
Listen. Hang on, Trent. He got a bounty raise. He got a raid suit. That's all I need to know right there. There's no look. If Sanji was meant to be as shit as all of y'all like to say, then what the fuck was the point in Oda raising his bounty higher than Zoro's?
He's not. Trent's a hater,
bro.
Listen. And then let me say this: Zoro's bounty is going to get higher than Sanji's again after Wano. But what was the point? What was the point in Oda giving this revelation of the Vent Smokes and giving this revelation of Sanji and increasing his bounty if he wasn't going to do anything? What was the point of him getting okay, listen, Sanji is probably not going to get as much sign as Zoro, and I don't think anybody's arguing that. Okay,
nope.
Like I think that Zoro is stronger than Sanji. Very clear.
Yeah,
But to just undermine Sanji, bro, somebody literally told me on Twitter yesterday that Sanji does not belong on the front line. Sanji belongs in the back with Frankie and Chopper. And
oh my God, bro!
You might be right.
Exactly.
No.
They can say anything. No, they say anything now.
Matt. A wise man once told me you're bugging if you're listening to them.
Huh?
That's fair.
Game, no. At the same time, one can't say that this. No, bro. No, one can't say one can't say that this. That Oda putting his bounty higher is because of him basically about to be doing something fantastic or anything like that. We all know about this ongoing thing with Zoro and Sanji. Of course, it makes sense for him to get a bounty boost post an arc centrified around this nigga basically being royalty. You know what I'm saying? But again, even in that shit, the nigga didn't do much.
Bro,
so I don't expect him to do that much here.
Bro, who did you look?
I don't, especially not in an arc where we are focused on not only Luffy and Zoro, but we're also focused on a lot of other key Yoko in the story and fucking just ally members in general.
Mark my words, Sanji is gonna get a moment during this arc.
Absolutely.
If you have fucking what is it, the captains from the alliance?
Yeah, this nigga gonna make some good food.
It's perceived that they're gonna get a moment. It's perceived that they're gonna get a moment, bro. And if you think they're gonna get a moment, and then you can really let roll off your tongue that Sanji's not
no, get a moment. Yeah, for sure. Well, he's okay. What do you want him to do? Officially take out page 1 again?
Trent.
On screen, bro, page 1.
I guarantee you that it's gonna. I guarantee you that he probably took out page 1. We just
off screen, low dipped him.
Right. So who do you think? So what do you think type of feat you think he's gonna get? What level of feat do you think Sanji's gonna get? And don't get me wrong, he's gonna beat somebody.
Sanji's at least gonna defeat. I think Sanji is gonna defeat someone at that commander level.
Yes. I think he might actually fight Queen. I swear he's gonna fight Queen. It just makes too much sense.
Nah, I think Luffy's gonna fight Queen before they go to before the raid starts.
And whoop his ass.
That makes sense. No, because it's like the cracker. It's like the cracker in the Katakuri thing instead of it's Queen in the Kaido.
No. Queen's gonna be Blano. Let's be very clear on that.
Bluno?
He's gonna be Blano. Yes.
Really?
So who's gonna be the so who's fighting?
Bro, you gotta
Hawkins, Law, let's say X Drake, hypothetically, assuming everybody comes over to an alliance-ish side, and we have 5 or 6 supernovas in general that are on.
See, you have the numbers, and you have 4 more members of the Flying Six.
I don't think the numbers are gonna be that good.
I'm just saying, you got other named guys.
Sanji has got a number.
Okay. Look, this is who I see fighting the numbers. I see Harujin and the Giants fighting the numbers.
Okay.
Or the Scabbards. 1 through 9.
No, because the Scabbards are shown to be able to tangle with commanders.
I said the
what are their
Giants. The Giants from the alliance. bro. They're gonna fight the numbers, and then
The giant. Okay,
the
but that depends
giants
if
that
this.
are part of the giants that are part of the alliance. Come on, y'all follow me.
Come on, bro.
But how would? But my only question is how would the Straw Hat Alliance be able to get a signal to come to Wano? That's the
Law.
only thing I'm confused. Law.
Law.
Does he have?
Law.
Was he there? Was he on the pirate ship when they all? formed the
Yes,
alliance?
he was there.
He was there.
Yes,
Okay,
he was there.
Okay.
He was right there,
So then what? Den Mushi call? Is that what you're saying?
Sure.
bro. I don't know.
They
how,
all have Luffy's
I
Beaver card.
I don't know how. You asked me a question. You said who could alert them? Luffy
I mean,
is
it's just
not
hypotheticals.
smart enough. Luffy is not cunning enough to say, "Hey, I have an alliance that'll come with me." Luffy's too prideful in that sense.
Right.
Is the cunning mastermind who would orchestrate something like, "Hey, let me tell all of these people that they should come here, like, so that we can prepare for this."
And Law clearly already has something in the works.
Yes, Law definitely has something in the works.
And it's been foreshadowed that they're definitely gonna get an addition of more people. Like I even pointed it out when I saw it in the last chapter. They emphasized how many soldiers they had. They were placing a lot of emphasis on the amount of soldiers that Kaido had and the Straw Hats had, and if they can only get more. So I know it's gonna come from somewhere. It's just I didn't think about Law actually. That's actually a good theory. I didn't think about that.
People like, okay, this is the thing. Like Drake is probably gonna switch sides. Hawkins is gonna switch sides. Apu is probably gonna switch sides as well after he sees that Kaido can actually go down. Um, let's see. Well, Drake has already switched sides.
Yeah.
So
And I don't think Drake was ever on Kaido's side. I think that Drake was doing his thing to try and like get Kaido's forces weaker or to get intel on Kaido from the inside. Who else is there? Then you have Kid. Kid is already doing his thing, and Kid is still probably going to be on Wano.
So Matt, I kind of wanted to backtrack a little bit and ask you a question about what you said about Luffy possibly fighting Queen and him being the Bluno. Are you saying that Luffy's basically gonna wash him and then move on to Kaido?
Yeah, I think that Luffy's going to wash him and then move on to something else. Like, like Luffy. Okay, Luffy has been training with these new techniques and stuff, but he
Mhm.
hasn't used them in combat yet. So he has to see them. Hello.
Yeah, I'm listening.
Oh,
Who cares?
so
Yo.
he has to see the fruits. He has to see the fruits of his labor. So, like, somebody has to be a stepping stone. Like, because like Luffy's gonna he's gonna fuck up a little bit even then, like during that fight, and he'll probably say like after the fight is done, I bet you somebody will comment on like, "Oh shit, like you learned a lot of new stuff," and then he'll probably say something along the lines of, "Yeah, but I'm like fully like it's still not fully ready yet. I need to use it some more." And he's probably gonna have some more fights. Like, bro, it's not just gonna be Luffy's gonna run up and go to Onigashima, and then he's just gonna run all the way to Kaido, and he's not gonna fight anybody in between that. Like, fuck no. If Luffy just goes and fights Kaido mano
That's
a mano,
trash.
yeah, that's trash. He needs to fight. He needs to fight people in between gradually,
Okay.
and that's what always happens.
Nah, that makes sense. That's actually the common theme of how Luffy actually fights too. He kind of just learns as he goes.
Exactly. He learns as he fights. So, like, I feel like Luffy is literally mastering Gear Fourth right now, and I feel like this hockey stuff is gonna be what he's mastering for the rest of the series.
Most likely. Because now we already went, we had observation, we had armament, and I'm gonna guess sometime, and if we go to Elbaf, there's gonna be a Conqueror's hockey revelation.
And the thing is like you got people like Dritz who are like, oh yeah, Luffy has already mastered his the observation hockey with his future sight. I guarantee you that Luffy is not gonna be calling out like let's say Luffy, Kid, and Law they fight against and Zoro they fight against fucking Kaido, right? Luffy's not gonna be calling out what Kaido's gonna be doing for to tell Zoro, to tell Kid, and to tell Law the same way that he was doing for Hio in the prison. And you want to know why? Main reason is because we're not gonna be fighting against fucking fodder.
Very true.
He's not gonna be able to do what he did for Hio for whoever the fuck else he fights with against Kaido. He's not gonna be able to be like, oh yeah, Kaido Kaido's about to do a Divine Thunder, so watch out.
Slide to the
No,
left.
it's
Slide
not
to
like
the right.
it's not gonna be that. It's not
Chris,
gonna be
cross.
that seamless.
It shouldn't be. That's what you speaking out of hopes here because you never know. You never know what Oda can do, but that's what it should be.
You think so, JD?
At this point, I'm prepared for anything at this point, just because to me it doesn't make sense for Luffy to be Kaido. Period. It just doesn't make sense. Still, it depends on how much weight you're putting into Luffy upgrading his haki. Like, is it that big of a difference where he can actually? Because my man is throwing Gear Force punches with all his might on Kaido. Kaido's not even taking damage.
Are you saying solo?
Solo, even like combined, it's just like, who else is at Luffy's level? Maybe besides Kid. And does Kid even know?
And I still don't think he is.
The shit that this nigga Kid.
I mean, I know. Listen, at the end, it's portrayal. At the end of the day, portrayal has to come into a factor at some point.
I get that, and at the same time, I don't, because
bro, Kid has been the only person that has done even something similar to what Luffy has done.
Matt,
like, let's stop.
Matt, listen.
It's the truth.
Come,
listen.
Virgo, come on, let's go through it. Tell me how he hasn't. Tell me how he hasn't.
I want to hear it.
So I understand what you're saying, but
Matt, what do you do, Matt?
Okay.
Go ahead, Matt.
So let's compare. Let's compare. What has Luffy been doing since? Or let's start with this. Let's start with this basic precedence right here. What is the only way to survive in the new, or the two ways that we have found out that you survive in the new world?
You either train or you go right in and get experience.
No.
Oh, you either
or you go under a Yonko.
You either take the umbrella of a Yonko, or you align yourself with, or you constantly challenge one. Those are the ways that you survive in the new world. Okay.
What?
Now the ways to see this, huh?
Wait, those aren't the only ways.
That's what they mentioned. That's what they mentioned in the beginning.
Bro, listen. Whenever they first went to the New World, whenever the New World was first being introduced, that is literally what the narrator said.
They said niggas around here don't survive without a Yonko.
You either take the umbrella of a Yonko or you constantly challenge one. That's the how you flip the coin in the New World, and whatever side you're dealt is how it goes. So with that being said.
So niggas say Kid has Ryu?
Huh?
I was saying, are niggas saying Kid has Ryu?
I don't think that it's out of the question.
I think it's a definite.
Let's just move forward. I don't want to keep on interrupting.
but listen. This is what I'm gonna say. Where did we find out about Kid, or when we came to the New World? Whenever we ran into members of a Yonko crew, who was the first supernova that we heard about?
Eustace.
Exactly. We have heard about Kid. The only people that we hear about Kid fighting against are people that are affiliated with the Yonko. We haven't heard about him fighting against anyone else. So, with that being said, what Kid has been doing since he stepped foot into the New World is tussling with the Yonko. Mm-hmm. Okay, that's an irrefutable fact.
Correct.
All right. So,
second,
right? We know that he has had direct encounters with Yonko. Shanks was the one that ripped his fucking arm off.
Didn't say that.
Okay, Shanks' crew.
Correct. All right.
Leave that up for your own interpretation.
I will. You highball it, or lowball it. Continue.
Could have been Lucky Roo.
It could have been the fucking monkey on that nigga's back. Continue.
It could have been Lucky Roo. It could have been whoever the fuck you want.
Could have been Rockstar for all I give a fuck.
The constant denominator in this equation is that it's a Yonko crew. We don't hear about Kid. Oh yeah, Kid's been killing fucking civilians and Marines and shit. No, he's been fighting against the Yonko.
He was crucifying random niggas.
He was doing a lot of that before. When
he
Luffy
was doing that before, but what we're talking about is the New World.
Yeah, but I'm talking. Okay, so let's say it like this. We're talking about how he got his bounty and shit as well. So his first half of his come up is off of fodder bodies, while Luffy's is off of taking down
warlords,
basically organizations.
No, bro,
that's guesswork. You don't know that. So like,
nigga, and what do you mean? When we got introduced to him, they basically said he's been killing niggas.
Well, hold on. No. They said that the reason why he's so revered is because he kills people. It's not. They didn't say, "Oh yeah, his bounty is only high because he
They
kills
didn't say only. No,
people."
no.
Okay, well, bro, like, then what's the point of bringing that up? Like, yeah, bro, we understand his bounty was higher than Luffy's because he killed people. If Luffy had killed people, yes, his bounty probably would have been higher.
My thing
His
is,
bounty was still over 300 million, bro. Like, I don't understand. Like, what is this straw man argument that we're going after right now?
so the argument I'm going after is that everybody's saying that kid's been getting after going after the Yonko in the new world and getting it by tussling with these motherfuckers, right? The thing is, Luffy took the time off the train in 2 years, as well as been tussling since he's been in the new world. So he's had that training experience as well as getting battle experience. So he's had double of what
okay.
kid's got.
As I already said to you, Vergo, earlier in this conversation, okay, the way that your hockey or the way that you get stronger is when your hockey blooms, when you're faced with adverse situations. So, can we all agree that getting your arm ripped off is like a pretty serious situation?
For sure.
Okay,
Yeah, I guess.
and
I guess.
also, right? What I'm gonna point out is the fact that Kid probably has a mastery over his devil fruit close to Luffy's,
Okay.
or on
Okay.
the same on par with it, because the only person that we have seen replace a part of their body with their devil fruit power is an admiral. We've never seen anyone else do that.
No, we saw Peril Sparrow, but continue.
Real nigga.
Bro, okay, Peril Sparrow.
Peril Sparrow's probably Admiral
And
level. Just keep going.
Jozu, Diamond Jozu too.
We haven't seen Jozu repair his arm.
Now keep in mind,
Whoa.
is it fair to say
Did
that
we
Luffy's
did we see him repair his arm?
I don't think so.
Is it fair to say that Luffy's mastery of his
Oh, you
devil
know
fruit
what?
is actually pretty advanced, seeing as most niggas that would just get a rubber fruit power would not be able to do half the shit that he does?
Bro,
Rubber as a base?
I agree.
I mean, you can't tell. You can't know that.
Look, his mastery over his devil fruit, Luffy probably is like he's very close to mastering his fruit.
Yeah.
He hasn't already. But
Yeah.
what I was pointing out is that Kid has done something that an admiral has done.
I don't know if, and now I think that's also power specific though.
I know,
think
but
we can
I've
speak
already
that.
already
Look,
trumped
in
that.
the way
So
that he manipulated his devil fruit, there. Look, the thing is that that's constant. That's something that he always has to maintain.
Yeah.
correct,
He always has to maintain that arm.
correct.
Okay.
Okay. Well, we don't know the specific
last
parameters,
thing
but yeah.
the last thing that I'm gonna say is it is confirmed. It is a confirmed fact that Kid snuck into Big Mom's territory
Correct.
for a goal.
Mm-hmm.
And got out.
He achieved said goal and got out.
And injured the commander, correct?
Now, and
injured
the
commander.
and injured the commander in doing so. Now, the difference in what Luffy did and what Kid did. Okay,
That's
yes,
stealth.
Luffy went inside and he defeated 2 commanders, and he actually saw a Yonko in their own territory. Kid
Wow.
didn't see Big Mom. Kid didn't get to see her. He didn't get to physically touch her. Okay, but the thing is that Luffy had intel on the inside from Capone. He also had the Vent Smokes join his side. He had Capone join his side. He had Pudding helping him as well, and he had Sanji. Luffy had a lot of fucking help while he was inside. So
Luffy didn't really. Yeah. He only really fought. Like I said, he only fought commanders. He didn't he went square up with Big Mom, and obviously that didn't hit like that. But
Okay.
I mean, go ahead.
but he still had help.
Yeah, no, his whole operation had help, but Kid clearly did as well. You think he went solo dolo?
I think Kid probably had his crew with him. I don't think that he had intel on the inside about Big Mom's operation. No, fuck no, I don't. Hell no.
from what I've gathered from the discussion that's going on, there's clear parallels between Kid and Luffy, but the difference is one, and we saw this in Wano as well. When Luffy gave that speech,
Jay,
right?
just let me say one thing.
I don't know about hell no though, because we don't know I don't know what he was specifically after. But obviously the nigga had to know it was there, so he had some type of idea.
Let me add one more thing to
Go ahead.
just to like for kids' case, right? If Morgan's would have been on the island, right, on Whole Cake Island to report what Kid did to the commander, Kid's bounty would be way higher than what it is.
It would be. And that's actually a point I wanted to allude to, because if you see the parallels, if you look in Wano and look how Kid looked at Luffy when he gave that speech in Wano, and you see the fact that Luffy is gathering all these people on his side, that is Luffy's superpower. The fact that he can gather people and help him with his own cause, right? So Luffy's always getting help.
Yeah.
Kid is not that type of person. Kid is all about, yo, I'm doing it my way and that's it. Niggas' bodies are dropping. That's all Kid is about. So when Luffy goes into a Yonko territory, he's getting help. You have to assume he's getting help from somebody because he's bringing allies to his side. When Kid goes into a Yonko territory, ain't nobody helping that nigga.
Okay.
Nobody's helping him. So he's running in there by himself, doing shit, and then getting out like a scot free, except for what happened with Shanks.
So we have
Shanks levels at a higher level. Go ahead.
So we're led to assume that Kid is on the same level of someone who has an advanced observation, advanced armament, and basically as good
Vergo,
double.
we don't know if Kid has advanced armament hockey as
So
well.
so these are all assumptions, correct?
Look. This is the thing, Vergo.
These are all assumptions,
what you're
correct?
doing, Vergo, this is what you're doing, right?
What am I doing?
You're ruling it completely out of the question that Kid has it, and I don't know why.
I'm not ruling it out of the question. I'm not completely on board with it, is what I am.
Is it not to you guys at a point in the story to where we're about to start really seeing the gap? Because now in coming the final arcs, this is going to be what separates Luffy from these other niggas. So I think I don't think that he's got all three of these advanced whatever. You know, hockey's there, and I don't think I don't think this nigga is about to be like, because at that point in time, we're putting it to a point in time where this nigga would be almost on par to be a final boss type character towards the end. And we know that's not going to be the case. I think these are going to be this arc / maybe an arc fighting the world government. That's going to be our final involvement with these guys.
Yo, let me ask you a question, Trent. All right, I'm just going to ask an honest question. After the Yonko are taken down, you realize that like Luffy isn't just going to fight against Marines for the rest of the story, right?
Right, we're going to also fight Blackbeard, but I don't think if we're talking about One Piece in the next 5, I don't think that we're going to be. We haven't. Oda already had said that he originally hadn't planned for these niggas to be this far, like this deeply implemented into the story. So I don't think he has individual arcs to fight each supernova. Or supernova.
No, I don't think, bro. I'm not insinuating individual arcs to fight each supernova. I'm not insinuating that in any way, shape, or form. What I am saying though is that, okay, picture this, right? Or no, not even picture this. Look back to Dofi's speech. Okay, who's gonna reign over the seas, right? Now, this this is a part of some other stuff that I'm working on. But listen, if like what essentially what's about to happen is the Supernova and the Marines are all going to work together to eliminate these Yonko. Okay. So they're eliminating the biggest threat on the seas for the throne. So now what's going to happen is the reign for supremacy is going to be open, and then two, all of these islands that these Yonko occupy are going to be up for the taking. So, know two things for a fact. The Marines are trying to extend their jurisdiction. Blackbeard's taking territory. Blackbeard's going to be one of the people that are going to be taking this territory because he's going to try to, he's literally going to try to climb all the way to the top. Then you're going to have the Marines. Akaino's going to be like, yo, we need to establish more jurisdiction. Then you're going to have the Supernova, who are also going to be trying to make a name for themselves, who are going to be trying to take One Piece. So, I'm not saying you're going to get an arc where you're going to have Luffy fight against every supernova. What I am saying, though, is what I am saying though is that you
Yeah.
might get an arc where you see Luffy and Kid.
Matt?
Yeah.
Can
Yeah, here.
Yeah, I think he cut out for a second.
Man, all I'm saying is I'm gonna see if this thing pops back in. But I just don't think that, and unfortunately, don't get me wrong, I wanted to, but I don't think that Oda is going to go that deep with these niggas post this kind of stuff. I don't think he's going to be going as far as like, well, he might be doing cover stories and things like that, but I don't think we're gonna get super deep into territorial wars and things like that. If he's talking about it, wrapping it on up, you know what I mean?
I think Luffy's gonna be so far and above that they won't be able to do some shit like that.
And yeah, and like I don't know, I just don't know.
I mean, you never know. To be real with you,
I would love for it to, and I think that we would be able to make a case for Kid being, pretty damn decent. But what do you guys think is happening in a Kid versus Katakuri situation?
I think it's another.
I just gotta know where he's at hockey wise.
And what do you think is going on with the Kid and Doflamingo situation? You know what I mean?
Gotta know what his hockey's looking like.
I think he can tangle with all of them. I don't know if he can beat them, but I think he can tangle with them for sure. It's just based off portrayal. I mean, it's just like, okay, you can argue the Smoker portrayal argument, like I get that, right? Like
you can.
No, you can't, because it's like, okay, Smoker was meant to be like Luffy's rival in the Marines.
He was, and then he got Baby Shake 3 times in one arc.
Oh yeah, but you've gotten proof to like debunk it now. With Kid, we don't have any proof yet, so it's safe to say and to assume he's stronger than what he may actually be, and that's my point.
Silver says the only other supernova who said they were after the One Piece was Kid. So I mean, I said it in the last one on Jay's channel, but I think I think maybe a couple of them could be witnesses or other key pieces later on in the story. But again, I just don't know how deep.
I think it's also important to note that he's got another supernova in his crew. I like to think that's a very big deal.
And that also depends on what happens to this nigga through the rest of this arc.
Yeah. Wow. Who would have thought that such a great debate would have stemmed off us of Trent shitting on Sanji?
Yeah, that's crazy. I was about to say we didn't even do.
We are far from the point. I named one good thing. I want to talk about Act 2. I named one thing, and this sparked.
I mean, to be fair, Kid is a big part of Act 2, so like it's kind of in line anyway.
Yeah.
He's a very actually, because we touched on the prison, Udon prison, and everything. So
we touched on Jinbe, who's not even here.
But if you think about it, right? So if you think about the way we've ended Act 2, they're going into the war. So is Jinbe gonna show up? And then if Jinbe shows up, it's like, okay, what can he actually do?
What's his role? Who's he gonna be taking on?
You know what I mean? So it's just like we've definitely covered. And then obviously Zoro's power scaling, right? So like now with Zoro's new sword, right? I don't know if you wanted to like introduce another segment, Vergo, like before we
be my guest, my guy.
Just on like Zoro's sword, and this is just like a power scaling segment based on Luffy and Zoro's new additions, basically. Where are we gonna put Zoro now, considering that he used Enma and he cut a cliff in half by barely swinging? If I can assume that. Like what level is that taking him to? Because that was wild. That caught me off guard.
Zoro is that, bro. Like,
here we go.
Okay, and I don't really like. I'm just saying. Don't even get me wrong. Like, I like Zoro in the
sexual way,
group, but Zoro is not like by any means my favorite character.
Lying.
You know what I mean? No, I'm not lying. I'm not lying, my nigga. We don't forgetting over here, but I really do believe that if we're going to be drawing comparisons to the past pirates, I think we all can agree that Zoro is probably the most like Rayleigh-esque character that we're gonna have. So I do believe that this nigga is going to like. I just believe this nigga's like. I believe that he has the potential to run his own shit if he just didn't say, "Hey, Luffy, I'll roll with you." You know what I mean? Like he wasn't a pirate to begin with, so the nigga was just like, "Fuck it, let's go ahead and get this money." But if you're weak, I'm gonna go ahead and handle this. You know what I mean? Like off the rip, he was automatically second in command, and I just believe that like when Luffy basically hesitated against Mihawk in Marineford. I think even at this level, let's say if it's Luffy versus Zoro, I think this nigga Luffy is really gonna have to be. And I think that's an extremely high diff fight. You know what I'm saying? With a little bit of MC power, Luffy might fuck around and pull it off. But that's a might.
Huh.
You talking about Luffy against Zoro?
Yeah.
I still don't think so.
I don't think so either. Luffy got to power up too. I think we got to remember that
If
as
anything's
well.
gonna be a high diff fight, I would like to say that maybe Kid Zoro.
That's fair.
How do you feel about that, Trent?
Wait. Say one more time.
I said if anything's a high difficulty fight, I'll say maybe Kid and Zoro.
Okay, so wait, that is. I didn't want to say it earlier. I didn't know if it'd be headcanon because I actually assumed that you guys would all say Kid was going to be stronger than Zoro. But just so you guys put them near at the same level.
I certainly do.
I would think that, and I think that I don't know about right now in the story. I would let the argument go for right now in the story, but I think in the series that nigga is. I think Zoro's not watching him, but I think he's.
I mean, he's gonna be the strongest swordsman, so he probably is watching him.
I think he's out there, on a lot of niggas.
I can definitely agree to that.
So how would you
Go ahead. Go ahead, JD.
No, I was gonna say, how would you feel if Killer was shown to be Zoro's equal?
I would have accepted the argument at a point in time, but I think now with this whole smile fruit shit,
He got Cardi B, bro.
I think it's a wrap for this nigga. So I don't think he's gonna be comparable to Zoro. I mean, this guy just accidentally cut a cliff. You know what I mean? On command. I think he's about to be a force.
So what if Killer got like one of those? What if Killer stole like a famous blade or something?
And
no. Okay, baby.
He's like, you never know, like like swordsmen now. It seems like the criteria for a swordsman getting stronger is getting a better sword.
I used to like how this nigga used to slide with like the little mini like chain. You know what I'm saying? Was it like a little mini chain like saw blades?
The saw blades.
The thing is, I actually didn't like them. I actually like Scythe a lot more. Believe it or not.
That was just a nice twist. But I don't think, and I thought he was more of that kind of like new, not necessarily like a new tech, but kind of like a different type of swordsman. So I don't know if he's got that pure swordsman in him to be able to wield one of them like blades. You know what I mean?
Well, we've only seen him fight with blades, so.
I'm talking about as far as like one of the ancient.
Like a sword.
Yeah, like a
Well, with
name sword.
I guess it's funny just because Whitebeard had like one of the 12 supreme grade swords, so it's just kind of like. It's just like what do we classify as a swordsman? Like, because it's like, okay, would that give, say if Luffy got, because one thing I noticed in the latest episode of One Piece that I watched, or one of the latest episodes, is when Luffy is using the Sandai Kitetsu, and the fact that Hitetsu, the what's it called, the Tenguyama guy, he mentioned that you have to be strong to actually wield swords like these, or they'll probably like try and take your energy.
Overpower you.
So it's the fact that, okay, Whitebeard was strong enough to wield a sword like that. Shanks is strong enough to wield a sword like that. You know what I mean? So it's just like, okay. So, including being a hockey master, if you have like a supreme grade weapon, it's just like you're getting buffed with that weapon and then your regular power on top of that. So then, do you know where I'm going with this? So it's just like, okay, if Zoro is not upgrading his regular power per se. He's like upgrading his swords. But say Killer has a lot of power by himself, and then he gets a new sword.
Yeah, I think it's.
Where does that go?
I kind of think it's how Naya's saying it's a bladed weapon doesn't make you a swordsman. Like, yes, it's
Hold on, I'm not saying that it's a swordsman. I'm saying like in terms of
a power jump.
The way different blades are made, and what it takes to wield these blades, it's technically a buff either way.
Like, think about if Whitebeard got Enma.
No. So he's
but okay. So let's take that into consideration. I don't think Whitebeard with Enma is as effective as Whitebeard with the blade that he has because he's not trained in the way of the sword, so he's not going to be efficient in wielding Enma. Like, he has a nice big fat slashes, but at the end of the day, that's like a skinny
He's
little
not
blade
skillful.
compared to a big ass nigga. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
But
his Basento is more used.
my only issue with that is that Sandai Kitetsu is one of the 21. What is it? Great grade? Is it
Yeah,
great
I
grade?
understand that's a big ass hit, but that weapon specifically is not like when you thought of that, when you saw that originally, you weren't like, oh wow, that is a dope ass sword. You're like, holy shit, that's this nigga's bladed staff or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like whatever it even like, you know, it just like looks different. You know what I mean? It's clearly not a like, it's clearly not a traditional blade. You know what I mean? The traditional style.
No, it's not. It's not, and I agree with you. It's just it just makes me think when I see. It's like from what I'm seeing, the sword has its own power on its own. That's I can assume that as much just based on what I saw from the chapter. And then Zoro has his own power to actually wield the sword. And it seems like they'll get strong together after their power meets in the middle, right? But it seems like if Luffy can just wield Sandai Kitetsu willy-nilly, it's like, okay, he's already breached that power gap. That the power gap has nothing to do with him. It's like, yo, I'm good. I can hold this sword.
Correct.
I like to think the same thing is for Whitebeard and supreme grade blades as well, where not everyone can wield Whitebeard's glaive. I don't think I just don't think that's possible.
Yo,
That's true. What's up, man?
Oh, he's returned.
I said, hey, we
my
sent you a spirit
phone-
bomb, G. The chat
nah.
gave the energy.
Nah, bro, my phone updated, and yeah,
Oh, that's fair.
yeah.
But yeah, with
But
this,
I heard what y'all were talking about as far as like the blades go.
Mhm.
And Jay, the thing is that Whitebeard didn't have a sword. He had like a spear.
he had a Basento.
Yeah,
Yeah, like it's a supreme blade.
right.
It's not a supreme sword.
That's a good word,
Yeah.
spear.
So like saying like there's a thing about like you saying it's a powerful sword, right? But not you can have you can get stronger, I guess, so to speak. But you won't
Yeah.
necessarily be able to wield it skillfully.
And
Okay,
also,
go ahead. Bro. Nah, go ahead.
I was just gonna say that Quietly Loud's comment there. The sword also uses the user's hockey, like
Yeah, it didn't give him hockey. It's his own.
yeah. So it's like it comes with the user too.
Well, the thing is I think when it comes to these blades, obviously, uh, when you think back to Through the Bark with Shusui, then Enma,
Mm-hmm.
it takes a certain swordsman to wield these blades. It's not just an ordinary person. So yes, the blades enhance your strength, but you have to already be a certain strength to wield it. So it's just like they complement each other.
Right.
It complements your strength, and then it's the user behind the blade.
Mm-hmm. Agreed.
So you don't think the blade itself holds any of its own individual power, and they meet in the middle?
Because every blade it's not
Yes,
exactly shaped for everyone. If you gave Mihawk Whitebeard's Basento, he's not gonna be able to wield it effectively.
Well, I don't know about that.
I don't think he will.
Well, no, because that's not a sword.
I still think that nigga is flossing with it, but that's just
You think he
I
can
don't
fly
think so,
with
Trent.
Whitebeard's blade?
yeah. I honestly do, and that's not even really the cause to stir up no like headcanon argument. I'm just saying like. Again, he is versed in the way of the blade. Like this, we saw what this nigga.
Do you think Fujitora could rock out with that?
Fujitora is a bigger guy, so maybe. But I really want to say 100% with Mihawk because we've seen what this dude could do with a mere kitchen knife. You know?
Do y'all think Green Bull is a swordsman?
Nah, I don't know.
I don't think so.
No.
Fujitora might could because he ain't a little cat.
The only reason I think so, I mean, we've seen all the admirals are basically know the way of the sword. Aokiji, a little ice sword, light sword from Kizaru, and Akainu had a blade in his younger days. And Fuji with his sword, so I wouldn't put it past it.
Like I don't think Vista can really roll with Whitebeard's blade.
You don't think, or you do think?
I don't.
I don't.
You
Either.
don't?
I mean, I think he can. Don't get me wrong. I think he could probably. I think his hockey is sufficient enough to wield it, but I don't think he's effective as would be as effective as like Mihawk would be.
I don't think so as well. I just think I think there are certain. I think with every blade there is a certain criteria for you to be able to wield it, and I feel like not everybody. You have to be at certain power scales to actually be able to wield these certain swords, and it's all dependent on your hockey. So I feel like, okay, if say for example, if Luffy grabbed Enma, I think Luffy will be able to hold Enma as well.
Yeah, I think Mihawk could gracefully switch through the cachet of weapons without really.
Oh yeah, easy money. He can wield whatever sword he wants at this point.
Yeah,
Bro, I think Zoro's gonna get Need Eye.
Yeah.
But he would have to drop.
He's gonna drop Sandai.
You drop Sandai.
Okay.
Yeah, like he's just gonna get. And so now,
I
by
would
the
have
time
liked
that
him
he
to
leaves,
Shifu,
by the time that he leaves Wano, all of his swords are gonna be like the
great.
the great. And I think Wado Ichimonji, I think that's gonna be his first sword to turn
It's gonna
to
develop,
a black
yep.
blade.
Yeah, it should. It would make sense if it turned into a black blade.
Bro, that'd be nasty.
I'd be very happy about that. I really would be.
Yeah, except I think Green Bull is a vegan. That'd be crazy.
Yo, imagine right before Wado Ichimonji turns into a black blade, we got a flashback of like Kuina falling down, and the shit just turns black afterwards, bro. That would be wrong. I'd be happy about that.
Oh, that'd be crazy.
That would be
what you said about Kuina?
Bro, he said like before the blade turned black, if they got a flashback and it showed Queen dying.
That'd be wild.
Down some stairs.
And then and then after it shows her death in the flashback, then it shows Zoro blade turning black. That'd be crazy.
That'd be amazing.
How do you feel about a lot of the Shimotsuki parallels that have been like the word Shimotsuki seems like really, really profound when it comes to Zoro.
Yeah.
So where's the connection? Because do you think
I think it's his master?
I was thinking is it his
master? I mean, look at the symbol on his master's chest. It's the same emblem that's been all over Wano. Like people have been rocking it too.
So then do you think he's a Shimotsuki then? Is that what you think?
Yeah. I think it's possible.
It's possible.
And then the name of the village they were in on the Grand Line was Shimotsuki Village, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So
and another reason why I'm interested in Zoro's master is because one of the revolutionaries' boats was outside, and yeah,
and Dragon was getting his drift on,
and they were meeting, yeah.
No, I know what you're talking about. It's very interesting because I'm really curious to see if Oda is gonna go down that route, and if he does, then I'm here for it because then now it's just like, okay, you've been foreshadowing this since episode 1.
Yo, Dritz is wild. Dritz says if Zoro immediately goes to the Black Blade, it would be very forced and not earned, in my opinion.
Yeah, but if it's Wado Ichimonji,
he said he should.
We also don't know.
Yeah, if it's Wado is
Wado. Wait, Dritz. Wado Ichimonji makes sense. We're not talking about Enma.
Yeah, no, Wado makes way too much sense.
He's journeyed with Wado.
Now hold on. How many more? Like to Dritz.
And go ahead. Go ahead.
To Dritz's comments. How many more Mihawk flashbacks do you guys predict in Wano?
I think it's probably going to be at least one more Mihawk flashback.
I know you know what I mean by that. Like, of course, he's gonna be pulling something out that we just don't know that he knows.
Yeah, he's gonna go crazy.
Really flashback level.
I mean, are any of y'all really excited to see Enma and Ashura?
Yes, I'm excited. I'm excited to see what Zoro does with Need Eye.
And you know what's crazy? Ashura is his demon spirit, and Enma is known as the Sword of Hell. I just think that there's going to be a beautiful combination.
It may be too much for my spirit. I'm not gonna lie. It's like I love Sanji. Don't get me wrong, but bro, I love a good Zoro fight. I really do. So
and we're gonna get multiple.
We really are.
I agree with quietly what he says about quietly says he's been practicing the sword since he was a child. Like that's him earning it. Like this,
That's
a lot of these niggas are doing this shit so they
Like,
were.
yeah, bro, Zoro's literally been using that sword since
day one.
since before he was a teenager.
Because before Luffy
Dritz
was
said
technically
having a
like,
sword since day one.
You remember when Luffy was training for his Gum pistol? Zoro was training with Wado Ichimonji.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like,
Wait, Dritz said having a sword since day one and learning swordsmanship over a hard journey are not the same thing. Outside of getting shit on by Godhawk and Mr. One, Zoro hasn't done anything?
nigga, he was holding. Nigga, he was like holding a
Wait,
rope
is Dritz
with
serious
like
right
a
now?
1,000-pound stone with his teeth. This nigga was out here as a kid.
Bro,
send
Wado is
Dritz the
taking
link. Send
taking
Dritz the
down
link.
people.
Hey,
Wait,
Vergo,
isn't Wado the one that he cut steel with? Guys, am I wrong? Is isn't Wado
I'm sorry,
Ichimonji
bro.
the one that he cut steel with?
No, but like, it is. But let's also like take into fact that Zoro lost 2 of his swords. They got rusted by that random nigga in Ennis Lobby.
But now Wado.
The one sword that stayed alive was Wado Ichimonji.
Was Wado, because he wouldn't lose it. He couldn't afford to lose
that
that.
joint is battle tested.
That's the sword that he got from the person that he made the promise to.
It's been through every single battle that he's fought in. Not to mention, if you remember Shisui has been the one blade that Ryuma held throughout all his battles. I'm sure he was probably only a one sword style user, but that sword, it became a black blade because of literally the amount of times that he's fought with that sword, the amount of moments that he's had with that sword. I like to think just because of Zoro's emotional connection, not to mention his actual connection with the sword.
And Dritz, I 100% get what you're saying, but let's keep it a buck. The reason why he said it's introduced he'll get it too early because it was just introduced. Listen, I'm telling y'all right now, it was introduced just now so Zoro can fucking do it. We all know that.
Wait, what was introduced? Black Blades?
The fact that we're getting information on Black Blades and how to attain one.
Oh, I mean, okay.
That's why it was introduced so Zoro can get it, Dritz. You got to know that was alluding to that.
I mean, but like, what is the significance of having a Black Blade?
I don't know. It's basically just showing that it's battle hardened.
Is it more? Yeah, I just feel like, is it more for showmanship than anything? Like, do you get a power boost?
It's basically like "Mama, I made it" kind of thing.
Oh, but wait, doesn't it increase? Didn't the
Well, I remember Mihawk said, "As long as your blade is black, it will never break." Back then when he said that, I thought he was referring to hockey.
To hockey, that's what I thought.
But now I'm not so sure.
Isn't the hockey like always on it?
No, I think you still do have to apply it personally, but I think I always assumed that originally before they were, people were really, and this is before I guess we were going to start getting into the ancient blades.
But she's sweet. Like, it was always on it before Zoro knew about hockey.
Yeah. I like you said, I just thought it was always applying it to the blade and being able to like basically like
reinforce.
Put your hockey on on a outside object basically.
I don't know. It's a slippery slope with that one. Naya said, "I can't do Zoro slurp, bro. I'm gone like the street." Who's slurping?
Ain't nobody slurping here, bro.
He must not have been here for the beginning because I was doing the exact opposite.
We out here talking trash. But
Drift said that doesn't make it okay. Only 2 people in the verse have black blades: Mihawk and the dead Ryuma.
That's a good point. And that's what it's funny because it's a question I had. It's just like I have not seen any other instance of a black blade. So it's just like it seems like it's very specific criteria that comes with having a black blade.
Yeah.
And I just want to know what that criteria is. Like there's gotta be we need more information on black blades, to be honest with you.
I would say so.
I agree.
But well, JD, you mind if we move on to our final segment? Or no, actually, before that, we have your meme of the day.
I mean, you can you play it? Can you play it on the stream?
Sure, I can't show it. Oh, you just want to hear it?
Oh yeah.
All right, I got you. We had JD's meme of the day. Sorry for you Sanji fans out there. Do you have the link for me, JD? Can you put it in the Hangouts chat?
Yeah, it is in the Hangout chat already. I was prepped. Don't worry, I was prepped. I got you.
I don't see it. Oh, I got it.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's right there.
And it would have been, of course, it was Lando, the one that made this fucking tweet.
Yo,
Oh my god.
yo.
All right, so the meme of the day for y'all folks, we got a little bit of Sanji disrespect, so to speak. Is our good buddy Lando checking in. We love the man. But
I'm gonna post in the chat for the people
the
too.
Sanji fans weren't looking too pretty after this, what the fuck?
9:55.
9:55. No, it was a devastating day for us.
I know you're that hardcore of a Sanji fan.
I mean, I like Sanji ever since 4Kids, bro. I even like the 4Kids dub Sanji. You know what I mean?
So here you go. Here, the caption on this is Zoro and Luffy training for the upcoming battle in Amigasa Village Curry. Sanji says, Oda Sensei, where am I supposed to be? And this is the audio.
Get back in the kitchen.
That's real
That
shit.
is so fucked up,
Dog, it's so disrespectful.
but
'cause
so
it's like,
accurate. You guys can click it in the chat if you want to.
if y'all watched the Batman cartoons back in the day, bro, that would hit you different. Like it really would. 'Cause that man was really disrespectful to his wife.
Told her ass, get back in the kitchen. And Sanji said, get back. He said, Sanji, get back in the kitchen. The Wano War is not for you. But on top of that, moving on, I want to go to our final segment. And our final segment is our predictions on the war. What do you guys really want to see, and what do you guys really think Oda's been alluding to? And the floor is open to anyone. I'm tired of starting it off. I started off everyone.
I think Big Mom is gonna betray Kaido. I think that's for certain.
I feel like she kind of has to, or the alliance gets wiped out.
There's no way they win with Big Mom and Kaido fighting together. There's no shot. There's no logical way that they win.
At all.
None.
Like, because you have you bring.
Why would she betray him on Wano though?
Because Big Mom is
Until it was like deep, or like maybe like 3/4 into the battle.
Well, Big Mom is one of the most volatile characters in One Piece in general. So she's literally capable of anything at this point. So,
yeah, so she flips him midway through, I'll believe it. But I don't think, or maybe unless you think there'll be some form of disrespect or some shit like that before the battle.
Like she drinks his liquor, or he eats her kokenbush.
And hunger pants. What if she gets hunger pants? Like I you know what? I would be furious if Oda used hunger pants again during the war. Like I'd be outraged because I'm like, yo, it's got to stop at some point. We've got to see Big Mom fight when she's actually capable. You know what I mean? I'd be very upset with that.
Oh well, Ronnie, that is one of the coolest things I've ever even heard lately as far as theories. I would love to see.
Can you say it one more time, bro? My headphones went out.
Run it back. What the fuck is that, Matt?
Banging that grinder.
Yo, I was about to say it.
He really is, nigga. Oh my god.
He didn't say it, but he said it.
I didn't even recognize. Yeah, either that or we tapping the shit out of the bowl.
I'm screaming, yo.
This motherfucker.
Trent ain't got shit.
But JD, Trent said run that back.
Oh yeah, no, I was gonna say I would be very disappointed if they used Big Mom's hunger pants again to be the reason why she would betray Kaido.
She's gotta be an end. Been embarrassed enough?
She'll have had her fill by then. They're good now, so I know she's eating.
Hasn't she been embarrassed enough?
You know, one would like to think, but clearly Oda doesn't think so.
Unreal. And then I want to say, it made me go like this because Roroni in the chat, he said it would be really cool to see a 4-way right-hand man clash. That's wild.
With who?
That would
Katakuri, King, Zoro, and Killer?
That'd be dope, but I don't think Killer got the juice like that.
I don't think he does either.
I don't think Killer. I think Killer's getting faunerized by those niggas. He's just he ain't got a shot.
Oh yeah, I think it's Killer going outside. But I think everybody believes the fleet's coming. I can rock with that. How do y'all still feel about Marco and Weeble?
I forgot all about Weeble's punk ass, man. I really don't even. I hate that character.
I know, man. It's just like, yo, every time someone mentions Weeble, I'm like, come on, man. Like,
Yeah.
I don't care
Really?
about him. No,
That nigga's
it's
a
just a
trash
waste of my
character.
time, bro. Like, I don't
Yeah.
care about that nigga, bro.
Like,
Like,
who is this nigga?
oh,
But
he's
you
got
know
white
he's gonna
bear
play a
strength.
part.
What'd you say?
But you know he's gonna play a part.
Yeah, but not a good enough. I just don't see it being. I can't necessarily say I don't see it being a good part, but I don't like. All I'm really
Neither
seeing
the
of it
douche.
is
Killer can't beat a fruit.
Yeah, I hear Nye's an asshole for that. He really is.
The nigga said killer can't beat a fruit. Continue, Trent.
all I'm really thinking about that character is that it's gonna be that of course he's gonna be against us for an X amount of time as he's misguided, and then he'll be like basically set straight or
I
just
love you,
basically
Luffy.
or basically flat out like just destroyed, knocked out, whatever the fuck, and then like I don't feel like he'll be relevant. So like I don't know. I don't think it's a long lasting character unless that nigga ends up joining the crew at one point in time. But
Nigga, I do not want that dumb motherfucker on the crew.
that's another theory for another day.
That's a theory that I definitely do not want to come to fruition.
I don't want that either, but we don't like what we still missing one crew member, possibly two if something happens to Jinbe. Because also, did we get confirmation on where this nigga Jinbe is?
No.
Because Big Mom and the crew, they already back at Wano. Where the fuck is this my nigga Jinbe?
Probably with Katakuri and Oven and all them.
Why would he be with them?
Well, it's safe to assume that he got captured. I hope he didn't, but I think it's safe to assume he got captured. Otherwise, he would have been in Wano by now. So,
unless they all got killed.
Wait, is Mount Dor with him?
Yes.
So
why was it
in Mount Dor's book?
Ooh.
What if Big Mom already killed all of them and destroyed? They also said Luffy would be the reason that Fishman Island is destroyed.
Nah, I think Big Mom was cynical enough to actually keep Jinbe as leverage over Straw Hat to kill him.
And force him out, force his hand.
So I can definitely see Jinbe being in Mount Dor's book. I think that would be a very good. I think that'd actually be a good idea.
Why have I never thought of that?
I just thought of it now, nigga. So you good?
That'd be crazy leverage to get him to come out so she can finish his ass. That's wow.
And Luffy always gets distracted too, so that might be a plot point.
That's crazy. That could really be huge. No bullshit.
I didn't even think about that. It's crazy.
Dritz said Luffy showed his abilities and could barely 2v1 Dofi. Oh my
god. Yeah, come on, that nigga. Even to this day, that nigga gonna have trouble against my nigga Dofi.
No, Jinbe. I mean, the more I watch Dofi fight, the more I realize, I think he just kind of was. I don't know, dog. It's just like
first of all, he got jumped. Second of all, he took a would-be damn near fatal attack and was, we talk about Devil Fruit Mastery, was literally holding, how we were talking about earlier about how the niggas were replacing the body parts together. He was literally holding body parts. He was literally holding body parts together while fighting. And then he had to fight the nigga twice. He had to fight the nigga, then fight Sabo, then fight the nigga again.
I mean, you do have a point. But again, he did lose the Gear 4 with Luffy at the end of the day.
Oh my gosh. Sabo not on the island, that's the end of One Piece.
Damn.
Maybe.
What about Fuji?
Sabo's not on the island. Fuji's dumbass sat back and was like, "Well, I'm gonna let Stride handle it."
I'll never really understand why he was just chilling.
Because that nigga damn near died. Luffy damn near died. We literally had weeks of panels of this nigga down for the count,
being carried by Gats.
Yes.
That was annoying.
But that's my problem, right? It's kind of, you gotta assume Luffy's gonna get help at some point. That's just in his character.
That nigga Dofi,
I guess.
That nigga Dofi got teleported.
It's his allies. It's just ridiculous.
That nigga Dofi got teleported into a direct what's the fucking
Dritz is going in today, bro. Luffy had Katakuri training and still had to be given the fight. Oh my god.
Wait, what did you say?
Luffy had
Luffy had-
Katakuri training him and still had to be given the fight.
That's true. He's not wrong. Like, if there's one thing that I would definitely, I'll die on this hill. Luffy should have never beaten Katakuri. Ever.
Should never be different nigga.
That's an L for Luffy. I
Shut
don't
up,
care what
nigga.
anyone says to me. Katakuri beat Luffy.
Trent,
I don't care what anyone says, bro.
You funny, bro.
No, that's real shit. Doflamingo won that fight, nigga. He fought.
Luffy didn't win that fight. He got knocked out, bro.
He fought two of them niggas. He got and I will tell you this, he got Law the fuck up out of there quick. He really was like, okay, I really only have to deal with one nigga. It's just the other nigga just has a tricky ability. That nigga Law was not almost a non. Well, but besides the critical hit, Law was almost a non-factor.
Hey, y'all can do that in Vergo chat, but y'all not finna start referring to him as in Zoro on my chat. I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this. Y'all not finna do this, all right? Yeah, I mean, I think the war is gonna be really cool. Last thing I wanted to add: do y'all think there's gonna be a lot of Marine involvement?
We'll say it one more time.
Marine involvement in the final in this final act.
Nah, I'm hoping they still stay out of it.
No, I'd really enjoy the Marines being part of it. Actually, I think that would be. It'd be
CP0's already been there.
Exactly, and don't think they're not gonna report to the world government.
This nigga shot them in the face, dog.
This nigga says Dofi had trouble with him. Stop it.
Dofi had trouble with who?
Treble, whatever.
Treble?
What was that nigga didn't add shit.
You know what? Who was that? Who said that? You might as well time him out now.
I'm not. Don't time him out. Calm down, boys.
Hey, don't forget. My nigga Hawkins did 1v1. That nigga Borsellino on pre-time shit. This is my final statement.
Zoro got super Enma Conqueror's hockey. What is wrong with y'all?
One laser, bro.
You know what? I'm not surprised because his name is One Eye Zoro.
Gang.
Yo, man, get this nigga, bro.
Who is Cliff Hunter Zoro? They wilding today, man. The one was when I said that other stream that he cut one of the 21 grade cliffs.
Listen, my last question is: do y'all think Luffy's power up is actually gonna allow him to damage Kaido, or do you think he's gonna get more of a buck?
It will. It will for sure. It's an internal attack. Have we lost both Matt and Trent?
Nope.
Trent's here.
I'm here.
Yeah, I believe he will be able to damage Kaido for sure.
Yeah, I think he's pretty much close on that cusp.
Who are you talking about, Luffy?
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
For sure. Yeah, Matt, you were gone for the last God knows how long. Any thoughts on what you want to see in the war?
21 great clips.
I just want to see a group effort in defeating Kaido. That's really it.
Cut and dry. In summation,
yeah.
That's it. All right.
Huh?
That's all you want to see in summation, huh?
Yeah.
Sum it all up.
Some nigga said Dofi got washed. Get out of here. Santo, stop, man. I thought we was friends. So Dofi got washed. I'm sorry. I was going to go on the tangent. Go ahead.
So
Lord help him.
Are both Yonkos going down?
I don't want to see that, but if it's wrap up, then yes.
Yeah, I think so.
Both.
Yeah, it's
so
possible.
You don't think we're gonna get like a Big Mom Elbath connection thing?
Nah, I don't think that's necessary.
Actually, I think it's pretty necessary. Actually, I think we need to go to Elbath. We need an excuse to go there. Somewhere.
We don't need Big Mom to be the reason why we go to Elbath 3 arcs in a row, bro. I'm not for that.
I mean, that's fair.
But okay, do you guys think that? Are you guys saying that Wano is ending this saga, the Four Yonko saga?
No, how I think that the Yonko saga is going to come to a climax is going to be the 2 Yonko going down. Because look, the three great powers is essentially going to collapse. Okay. Now,
I don't think it'll be in Wano. Like both of these.
Wait a second. I think that the last edition of the 3 great powers collapsing is going to be after Wano, and that's going to be in the form of Luffy
or Zoro, most likely Luffy, or possibly like one of the Shishibukai defeating Fujitora, and we can talk about that in a second. But okay, look. So listen, uh, Big Mom Kaido go down. However, however they go down. Let's say that Kaido go down by the pirates, but whenever the Marines like actually come into Wano, then they take Big Mom as well. Like then the Marines are the reason that Big Mom goes down. So let's just say something like that. Then you'll have Blackbeard and Shanks probably fighting as well. So all of the Yonko that we were originally introduced to at the beginning of the story are going to essentially go down. And that's going to be the end of the 4 Yonko saga. In my personal opinion.
I don't know. I mean, I just can't see Big Mom going down, and I can't see Big Mom going down in Wano. I don't know why I can't. I just feel like there's more questions about her character. There's not many questions about Kaido's character, but there's more questions about Big Mom's character that needs to be answered, like the whole Mother Caramel stuff.
There's stuff that needs to be talked about in Elbaf. She didn't reconcile everything.
I feel like it just needs to be addressed. Like,
I mean, it's possible that we do go to Elbath. It's very possible.
Yeah, it's more than likely.
And we got the Loki. We got the Loki nugget that Oda dropped with Lola. You know what I mean? And then Capone to find Lola. Like, there's things that are pointing towards it. Doesn't mean it's gonna happen, but it's just like I feel like.
Well, look, it's very possible for Big Mom to be in Elbath. I mean, I can see the connections, but all I'm saying is that's not guaranteed. No. And neither is what I'm saying either. I'm not trying to say like, oh, I'm right for sure, but I just see like the original Yonko being like eliminated from the story. I see the only Yonko that's gonna be left is gonna be like Blackbeard.
Somebody suspend Rufy.
Huh?
I said somebody suspend Rufy. He says he's beating Katakuri in an hour or less right now.
Oh my goodness. Relax.
Wait, Rufy?
Nah, you gotta relax. He has to relax.
An hour, boy.
I think that he's definitely beating Katakuri if he fights him again. But I can't say an hour, bro. Like that's kind of wild.
Yo, Vergo, you should time out Vergo, by the way.
What's he doing? I haven't been looking at the chat.
Vergo's probably on some other stuff.
Jay sounds like a duplicate and Matt sounds like a hoe.
Wow. What does Trent sound like?
Yeah, what do I sound like?
I sound like me.
Hey, Brago, are you gonna help me set up my stream? Because
you're not streaming.
No, bro. Look, that's the reason why I didn't. Because I hit up Brago. I'm like, hey, Brago, can you help me with the OBS stuff? And he's like, yeah, bro, I got you.
He ain't talk to you since, huh?
Huh?
He ain't respond.
Yeah, bro. Then he don't respond.
And he shows up, and then he shows up here.
Nah. But then he hit me at like 2 a.m. and he was like, "Dang, bro." I was like that. He said, "I got you later on tonight." Blah 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 blah. So like it's later on tonight.
Later on tonight.
Nigga, at 2 a.m. hit you with the "Hey, you up?" text, nigga.
Hold on. He didn't hit me with no "Hey."
Later on tonight, did he mean within that same time in the morning or the next night?
No, like the next night, bro. Like which is tonight,
Bruh,
which is right now.
Bro, he hits you with that. I can't sleep.
I guess so.
Wow,
y'all niggas gay.
But yo, I'm starving.
That nigga not sleep.
We gotta close this up, boys. I really appreciate y'all for coming through. It's been super, super lit. This was a great conversation. I really, really enjoyed this episode.
I was a lot. I enjoyed this a lot, man.
Might have been one of the best ones yet, man. We're gonna keep them coming. Trent and Matt, thank you for coming through and joining the Henny Crew, brothers.
Thank you for letting us on, my man. Absolutely. It was good spreading the gospel of the Flamingo.
Yep, I appreciate it, man. Even though Matt made us start 30 minutes late.
Facts.
Hey, chill out, man.
He a hoe. He know he a hoe. But it's all good, man. I thank y'all all for coming through. Let me check something real fast. Even Tristan Brago chilling in the chat. I see y'all. Y'all some hoes. Yeah, man, it was lit. It really was good. But we're gonna catch y'all on the flippity flip. I'm finna go eat some chicken. You know what I'm saying? So, peace. Peace.
The nigga as usual.
Catch you.